light maintenance meaning like floors, painting the walls at the building you in. There may be some plaster, those are old buildings that have that old plaster type, repair, paint. Some of the appliances are older. You may have to, we don't have to, if the appliances are repairable, but them are so old that most of the time it's just a swap out. They requisition for a new one, and you swap them out and get it running, this and that. And so what he was trying to do, because he understands the principles that we operate under and so forth and so on, what we're trying to do, he was really in some ways trying to throw us, a preliminary opportunity. You get it, I should say an introductory opportunity into this light maintenance and janitorial. It put me in the mind to think about, well, what would it be if we did Power People's light maintenance janitorial service, period. And turning point could be one customer. Now the struggle is most everybody is working. And ain't that a good problem to have?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Right? Most all of us are working, and so there's only a limited amount of time that's available to do light maintenance janitorial. And so the way I figure it, and it's really these two buildings on Glenwood that are, they're big, one-bedroom apartments. They're small. The apartments themselves are small, but the
You have a big building.
yeah, maybe 40 apartments per building, right? And the way I thought that we might be able to accomplish it is just,
Hey!
and what I'm saying,
Cypress so high. Hey!
Right, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
See at the ball?
You all right?
Yeah.
This thing all right? You remember Miss Cheryl right over there?
Yeah, I'm Cheryl.
Miss Cheryl, and that's my
So
sister,
good to see you.
my sister who was here but gone, but now she's back.
All right. Doing all right. It's great to see you. You look great.
Hi, nice meeting you.
Yes, my name is Cheryl.
Okay, I'm Rita.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thomas, one of those napkins for you right here. Yeah, come on, sis, have a sit
Let
down.
me wash my hands like this.
Oh, you want chicken? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, see, that's what she came to group for. Get that chicken like Isaiah did.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're going to get to you guys right after this, but what I wanted you to look at is if we plan this right, you get it, and we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, would be the times that we would do anything. So Thursday, we would send somebody in to assess. That person would get, work orders, say, have a checklist of, whatever, lights, everything needs to be operational, ready for a new tenant, right? Their struggle has been turning around these apartments in a timely fashion so that they can get new tenants, and we know that housing is an issue, and here they got properties and they're not turning them over. So we would have to say it's a 4-day turnaround for us. Thursday, somebody goes in and just assesses the departments and makes a checklist of, of what needs to be done. That's the whole job. That might take, I'm just guesstimating, that was a 3 or 4 hour assignment, right? Well, let's just use the figure $20 an hour. We pay everybody $20 an hour. Ain't nobody get no more or less, but it's $20 an hour across the board, and then you have to document, your hours, so to speak. What you need, son?
Chicken.
This right, just reach out there and grab that. Go ahead. Yeah, you be aggressive. And so the assessor, he gets in. Now this is serious now, because he's saying, all right, well, apartment 107, this needs major repair.
Right.
This is not the general paint.
This is not aesthetic. This is,
Yeah,
Not like doing
it needs something else. The sewer, plumbing, la-di-da, but then we have to log what that is. We can create some format for all of this now, you know what I mean? Then, if you have the interest, then Friday, some people in here are not working on Friday. Friday, we get materials. So the Friday is a material day. Whatever that guy said need to be done, that gets turned in on Thursday after the assessment. It's right. Then the Friday guy gets all the materials that are going to be necessary to complete the assignment. Then Saturday and Sunday is we put it in. Most everybody's off them days. You can put in, say, 4-hour shifts. So your your Saturday and Sunday people now, they just come in to do the work. Here's what we got to do. Here's what it is. And we put in 4 to 6 hours on accomplishing the goal. Now I'm creating this in my mind. You get it. As a strategy we could use to employ ourselves to provide a good service. We hardworking people here. We got a good service at a fair price. Now, I don't completely know what a fair price is yet. I'm working on that. Okay, so, but they've been just struggling. They all backed up. And they got some, here come some guys and here come a crew and they're getting ready to, knock some stuff out. They're gonna be excited about that. And then the rest of the places are like duplexes, different, and not a whole bunch of whatever. And so, then that way, it may be, we don't hit again until there's a work order, or we say, all right, every 3 weeks, we go back, the assessor guy saying, hey, I got some calls. That's his job. He's fielding calls from Marvin. Marvin is saying, hey, problem in 202. Thursday we assess it. Friday we get the materials. Saturday and Sunday is
we knock it out.
yeah. So then we call it pop light maintenance janitorial service. Make it an LLC eventually, but right now it just be kind of chicken wing. Get it? Then we mess around here and be able to put out a bid, or we can learn how to really bid these things. What are we doing? And here we got a friendly vendor that could kind of help us learn. So I want y'all to just think of any questions or thoughts about that. I would just love to hear if that's interesting, or if people are too busy, or
how soon would you be looking to do it?
it looked like to me they need help.
Because my work week is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
Mine is,
And I have a lot of experience in departmental maintenance.
That's great. So we got to figure out who can be available on what days. I mean, I created that in my mind so that we could talk about it, but we can alter that in a way that causes it to be productive. But what I love about it is, if we got somebody who got skills, he's just coming in, we can put him to work doing something right away, and you don't have to background check, woo-woo, no, we can't use your type thing. Bump that, if you're a pop guy, you're home, you got nothing going on, you're in. You know what I mean? So I'm opening that up to questions, and then we got our 2 young guests. We're gonna let them talk a little bit.
I think about the shirts going in, the pop shirts.
Oh, no,
Once we go in, so I was gonna think about that.
The vision.
Yeah, the vision.
Yeah.
Say the blueprint.
Yeah. No, that's
saying, because and there go the van.
absolutely.
There go the van, come in, we got all our equipment, we running in, running out.
Yeah.
So,
I see. Now I love what he was saying.
Yeah.
You talking about the image of operational success. What does success look like? I love that.
who is these people?
Yeah.
Where they come from,
Yeah.
that fast.
Right, and there will probably be some of that, So, that crew on Glenwood is cautious crew, you
I know,
know.
I've been there, I've been there.
So we, anything else? Just bring up anything that you think, or is anybody absolutely uninterested in this? You can't do it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a list going of names of guys who are interested. We start tonight. Hey, Miss O'Leary. Look at her. Look what she done did. Give her something. Give her a little. All tanned up and everything, and prosperous. He's good. So, I could say more. I guess that's really it.
I can come in on Saturday, Sunday, and knock the work out.
Right.
I got all my tools still.
Yeah. Oh, see there. See there. And so you know, so it's but here's the thing. I just don't want to bid it, and then they say, okay, then I'm up there myself, you know, painting all the, you know, people stuff, and you know, because if I put my name down, you know, then I'm serious, man, you know, and I don't want to do that.
I like to play carpet, I want the carpet
Yeah.
need done.
And some of the times they need to actually pull it up and
Yeah.
make something new. And I'm sure that you know, the process is, you know, we requisition to Marvin to cost out. This is our assessor. Cost out. What is that going to cost? He shoots that to Marvin, and Marvin gets a check. And we go ahead and get this stuff, throw it in, and you know, whatever else. I know that we just use that $20 an hour thing as a schism. $15,000 now is minimum wage. So, you know, $20 an hour as a schism for X number of million. I don't know how many. And I don't know how many it's going to take. But this is something that's going on. The struggle is we have to come up with a bid like soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any experience bidding that type of contract. So I'm up here doing my Google research to see okay, well, you all have a format for this, and this and that, and this and that, and I would be looking at Marvin to kind of walk me through. He knows what they got to pay. I'm like, okay, well, what do you have to pay? And then let me just then figure out how we get it done, from that point. So it's kind of exciting because,
There's another opportunity for
It's the pop guys.
Yes,
Pop guys.
yes, it's
We
opportunity.
got a lot of
Women's.
brothers in carpentry and drywall
Yeah.
and floor
Women's.
covering right now. There's Christmas is getting out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, who got the certificate in that is Daniels, Leonard Daniels. He got a whole kind of a floor something certificate,
Floor covering.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Anybody seen Leonard?
I called.
Nobody
I never
heard from
messed.
Leonard.
They won't talk, they won't call
Leonard,
back.
yeah, nobody heard from
It's
Leonard.
kind of off the air, so to speak.
Yeah, he acting weird.
Yeah, that's true, that's
He
true.
acting weird, I'm just being 100 about it.
Yeah, no,
He
it's,
acting weird.
yeah,
I
real.
mean, I don't know what's up with him.
Okay, we're gonna give him a call. But listen, now we got two young guests here. I didn't realize that they were going to be here, but certainly they're welcome, and they are representatives of Senator Klobuchar's office. Everybody knows she is a candidate for president of the United States. And she is in a battle with all the other Democrats to raise enough operational dollars to stay in the race, to stay relevant, stay vibrant, and all of that. So these guys are canvassing and doing all what they're doing to try to help her stay in the game. I want to say to them though, just ahead of time, that as a nonprofit, we can't organizationally support one candidate or another, but we certainly can't entertain, your thinking relevant to your candidate, and then people can make individual decisions and thoughts or whatever else. So having said that, I will turn it over to Emmanuel. Go ahead. Give him a little hand, by the way.
Thanks to everybody, especially Brother Wayne and Brother Tier, for giving me the opportunity to come here and speak tonight and grill some chicken. That's the best chicken I've had since I landed. Fridays.
There you go.
So yeah, so just like Brother here said, we are representatives of we are working for a third-party consulting firm that's contracted with the Amy for American campaign. We are trying to hire as many people as possible for this paid canvassing position. Just like Brother said, we are trying to collect donations so that you'll be eligible for the third round of Democratic debates. Because the DNC has made this new rule, they've raised the requirements to 130,000 unique donations from American citizens. We start $15 an hour, up to 39 hours a week. Hours are really flexible. So, we don't care about background, none of that. We are just trying to hire people, put some good hard-working people to work. So, if you know any friends, family, just let them know. I have flyers here too. All they have to do is call this number, bring them in for an interview, and have them with the job. Hopefully, minimum 4 days.
That's
So,
right.
anything to add to that?
That's good.
Yeah. So the consulting firm.
This is Isaiah now, by the way.
Yeah, and once again, thank you for the hospitality and letting us come here. And Manny wasn't kidding about the chicken. But so yeah, the consulting firm that we work for is called Grassroots SG. Sean Gagan's the principal. That's what it stands for. But we work around the country, and we tackle different political. We work with organizations or candidates to tackle single issues that candidate or issue or organization is fighting against. And we do that by involving the people that live in the area. So that's what grassroots is all about. We all work together to pitch in. This is an issue, it's a bureaucratical issue that the DNC passed because they want to be able to allow their selected candidates to be the one who have their voices heard. And it's our belief that the amount of money that you raise should not directly relate to how much your voice is heard in a national spectrum, especially because it's hard for someone from the Midwest area to really stand up and have their voice heard, especially against people from California and New York and all these bigger places. So yeah, this is something that we've really strived to overcome for a while now. We touched down for about a month ago, but our consulting firms been out for over 8 years.
Oh yeah. So give him a little hand for that. And I do think that the system is antiquated in a multitude of areas and ways. So we don't want to keep beating that horse. We know we've got issues. This is yet another issue that we face. How do you get new ideas and fresh people into the discussion? I was last Sunday. I took my sister to lunch. We went out to Minnehaha and we ate at the little seafood place. Very excellent. Sea breeze. Sea salt, that's it. And I took her to sea salt, and then one of the Clover Child for America, Amy for America was there, and I made a contribution there. You get what I mean? We know Amy, she's good people, all that kind of stuff. But I made a contribution there. I did not realize that you all had opportunities in some ways to enlist more people in the Army for that purpose. So, I don't know what your timeline is, but here in the next 15 or 20 minutes, 25 minutes, this room is going to be packed. And then if you want to leave something, your flyers, and we can re-announce it again. But you're welcome to stay. You don't have to. But Has anybody got questions, comments, or thoughts for our two young guests?
Was that just during the week?
No, we work every day of the week. We have a morning shift that goes from 10 to 3, and an evening shift that goes from 3 to 8. During the weekend, we have a afternoon shift that goes 12 to 5. Hours are really flexible. We are just trying to hire people at this point in time. So even if as an organization you would be able to support us directly, sending anybody our way, 18 and older, who's just looking for work, would be greatly appreciated. And this can be so much more than just a temporary summer job, right? I started out as a canvasser, $50 an hour in Florida for a voter registration project. And at first I was just gonna take it. I was 18. I was like, let me just just trying to make some quick summer cash. Maybe get a new computer. But my mom told me, like, treat every job that you take as an opportunity for more. So I took that part. We were expecting two voter registrations per hour. That was what we were expecting. I went out there and I got 16 per hour.
Wow.
So I went out there, did my best. And now I'm a deputy field director. I get to fly around the country. Instead of projects just like this, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to see people and build them up and
Wow.
and take them with us. So,
That's a good story. As he was talking, I was thinking about, hope and stability. I've been, I don't know if y'all remember what we talked about last week, but I've been fixed on the word stability. And it's just instructing me in all kind of ways. You see, because miracles can happen when stability occurs. Just think about it. When your mind was scattered, you was busy doing all kinds of things, you were unstable in all of your ways.
That's right.
Watch this. But when stability came, it could have come in the form of another person. When Adam, got next to you or multiplied, he was able to show you something that you couldn't see without that particular person. Life on another level creates some stability, mental stability, emotional stability. When stability comes, a miracle can happen. This is what's precedent. How come we don't catch our miracles? They've been coming the whole time, but we're too unstable to realize what just came. That's so good. That's so good. And we just, I'm just kind of messing with this on all levels. Okay, let me take it to another level, then I'll stop. Okay, internationally, America is unstable. Internationally, America has never been as unstable or double-minded as it is right now. Leadership from the past, you get it, who had their pious views, still kept a certain amount of stability across the land, with an understanding of that if you have nothing, it makes my everything become threatened. Watch this, watch now. So here we got a guy who is focused on creating instability in the land that he's elected to represent. His representation is not instability. His representation ought to be stability. And so around the world, man, people are, it's folly. The scary part about it, and I don't hear people talking about this, if you look back historically, in the day of the dictator, and what strategies did Hitler employ during his time? where he divided the people.
Divided, yes.
He created the Jew as the enemy, the other. Y'all all right, but y'all ain't nothing. Right? Go back home. This is our land. Right? Slowly used the radio at that time as a way to pound home a message of indifference and hatred and racism.
Racism, yes.
And this, because he was so successful, right, in getting there, many politicians have stolen that piece as a political strategy to get them there, with the understanding that if they got there, they would somehow change course. This guy got there this way. He has not altered his course. He is, and I'm just gonna say this one more thing. I'm gonna stop.
That's right.
I'm so disappointed at white folks, intelligent white folks, who won't challenge what Hitler is saying. I'll wait for all the amens to die down.
Amen.
I'll wait for all the amens to die down. I don't hear nobody.
Amen.
I'm Dougie, I'm upset with you. You say, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What, does it have to be the blacks? The blacks got to point it out? Is it the Somalians got to point it out? Wait a minute, what is the women? Okay, it's the women. The women got to point it out.
You got to point it out.
Man, white men,
Yes.
you got to point something out. Come on now. You got to demonstrate. That's why I like what Isaiah's doing. Because look how motivated he is in the context of a fight. This is a war.
Yes.
And what they're talking about is, how do we mobilize troops inside the context of the battlefield to unseat Hitler and his foolishness. I'm just going to wait for all the amens to die down.
Amen, amen.
Yes. Right. You can play with me on some night, but not tonight.
Not tonight.
And I'm just going to tell you this. What is that guy's name? And this guy is so smart. Who created all those documentary movies? You know, he's
Dyson.
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. Oh.
Yeah,
Michael Moore. Yeah. Bowling for Columbine.
Yes. This guy's got a keen sense for capturing what's going on, putting his finger on it, and then creating cinema. His last movie was called The Last American President. And he's talking about Hitler, also known as,
AKA. Trump.
Wait a minute. Go back and watch that movie. If you've never seen it, you ever seen it?
I'm sure I'm writing that down right now.
Brother, go back and watch that movie. He captured ahead of time exactly what's taking place right now. And then he prophesied that this Hitler was so out of control that there would never be another American president. Now, that's frightening to me. Now, I have an 11-year-old. I haven't had this discussion with her. Right? She's smart. She's in a loving household. But I'm looking carefully at, is there a time now we need to have a different kind of conversation with our kids? I have 17-year-olds, they get ready to go to college. But my 11-year-old, she got a little way to go. I would like for her to see some parts of the America I saw and that I'm seeing. I would like that for her. I don't hear nobody. So this is why what y'all are doing is so critical. and I don't know how God directed you to here, but, you know, certainly, it's a good place. And later on in the discussion, we're gonna re-talk about whether you all stay or go. We're gonna re-talk about what you got going on, and we're gonna re-talk about the pop maintenance, light maintenance, and janitorial service. We're gonna re-talk about that again. But I wanna also talk about, has anybody else got a comment or thought, anything? If the guests can comment to, go ahead.
If I may add to that maintenance part, my stepdad actually is a contractor. He owns his own heating and maintenance company. So as far as pricing that contract, I can get you in contact with him. We've been doing this for a while. So
That's good.
All right.
There goes that.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. See, when you're stable. Gotcha. I'm gonna give you my card, Manuel, and I would love to speak to your father and tell him that he has done a good job.
Amen.
Do you remember? Oh, I guess I ain't gonna tell you. But look, anybody else have comment, thought? I just want to hear from you now. We done put some stuff out there. Any comment, any thinking, anything?
I think the maintenance, taking that on is a great idea to build stability in guys that are coming out. You know, 'cause we got a lot of guys that come out with a hands-on skill set, and they can't find employment because they got to go through all the steps of getting their ID, then getting their permit, then getting their license, then getting insurance, their bonding. I mean, there's so many steps in getting in that field.
That's true.
This would automatically develop employment history, self-esteem, money in folks' pocket. I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea, Bob.
I think any opportunity for us to help ourselves is great. And you know how I feel about that. I mean, the thing is, you know, we ought to help. We've been waiting for it. Ain't nobody coming because ain't nobody came. And so, I mean, anytime, you know, and possibly, that was why I was trying to press in about the, you know, that was because I just saw something that was actually, you know, it was, you know, because the hassle, it got to, but me, I was seeing past you with the hassle. I was seeing the branches that it could create for, you know, for, you know what I mean?
What Will is
And
talking
this
about is
year-
we had an opportunity to take Amazon delivery franchise. We had that opportunity. I ended up turning it down because I knew it's so intense. What Amazon is doing is so intense. It's a 10-hour day, 7-day-a-week assignment. It's almost nonstop. It's a 24-hour operation they have. And what I saw in it was, I'm gonna be behind. I'm gonna be driving some of these trucks, and somebody gonna call me and tell me, Papa, I can't make it. And that's none of that can go. And it would have taken me away from what we are doing in some of this here. Now that was a few weeks ago. Had I kind of known how things was gonna play out, maybe I would have made a different decision. But I just knew the effort, the labor, all of the things that needed to be done there, it just was overwhelming. When you get in, well, you got a clock, right? And you see the people, Amazon people striking and carrying on because they're overworked and they pay decent. They have decent benefits. The driver jobs will go start at $18 an hour with full benefits. You get it? So that's what Will is talking about. We were right there at the door. He was ready to send me to Seattle for the final deal. You know, and I ended up saying, you know what? I ain't gonna do it right there too.
Yeah, we was right at it.
Yeah. So you know, some more stuff came up. Here comes the janitorial thing, and maybe it's a little more local and a little more manageable in some ways. Hey, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, sir. Yeah, take your hat off, man. We're glad to have you. But real quick, there's another thing that I got to talk about. This was Cheryl's son. Cheryl's son is locked up, you all know that. Hey, son, what's that? Brought a guest tonight. See, huh? That's all right, I'm gonna guess in. Geronimo done brought a guest. Oh, hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. What's your guest's name?
Dominique.
Dominique, give Dominique a hand. He's a guest up again.
No applause.
Yeah, Dominique. Yeah, you know, look. This is serious. You know, we got some of the guys that are trapped in that SO treatment facility up there in Moose Lake. Hey, brother. How you doing? Wow. Good to see you, sir. And we have no information, you know, about how to help them. You know what I mean? And Cheryl is just pressed on us so much, you know. She wants her son home.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
She wants her son home. I'm gonna wait for you to stop being so busy so you can hear what I just said. This is Thomas's mother right here. Thomas is his name. Thomas been gone for 11 years and has no outdate right now. What's her son's name?
Thomas.
How long you been gone?
11 years.
There's no outdate.
As of now. And so watch this. And other moms like this have been contacting us at POP, saying, you know, can y'all help us? And I'm like, grapes. I don't know the process, you know, and all of this. And so I called the director, Nancy Johnston, is the executive director of the SOTP treatment facility in Moose Lake. I found out a couple of things I think might be interesting to you. One is, you know, our meeting was a good meeting, right? I kept it light, not adversarial. But through questions, say questions.
Questions.
Yeah, another word for question is the word inquiry. Inquiry. There's a training called appreciative inquiry. And in this training, it helps you think about how to ask critical questions in a way that is non-offensive, you know, doesn't put your hearer off in any way, but just creates the undergird for equitable conversation. Now here I'm at SOTP, I got the executive director, right? And what I'm saying to her is, I have families here who are asking us questions and we can't answer them. And I need you to give me some information so we can respond. This lady not only gave me the information, but she gave me the history of the SOTP program in Minnesota. It'd be interesting. I ran off from home and left my notes from that meeting, but I'm just talking from my memory of the notes. 36. How many?
30 states.
30 states in America don't have an SOTP program. That means when the offender, if the offender offends, he completes his time, he's released.
Right.
This is important because it says that we have some precedent that we need to grab from some of the 30 states, you know, who maybe match up in some ways with us. But actually, none of the states do match up with us, and I'll tell you why I just said that. That Minnesota's SOTP program is the largest in the country. No. It's the largest in the world.
Wow.
What does that stand for?
Sex offender treatment. It's the largest in the world.
That is deep.
Now, is this, Pops, is this what you're talking about when they're civilly committed, or just the program itself?
That's one and the same.
Well, there's, okay.
What do you think?
It's one and the same. And so see, anything that you were doing in prison, that was germane to the Department of Corrections.
Okay.
The Department of Corrections and the Department of Health and Human Services are two different beasts. Now, the place of intersect for them is the courtroom.
Okay.
And in the courtroom, at that place of intersect, is where a client, I'll just take Randall Wilson, who's the painter of these two paintings right here you see. A brilliant artist who served 18 years on his sentence. He did expiration on that sentence. He was released for one day to a halfway house in St. Paul. Arrested the next day, held in the county jail, to court. Now here's DOC and SOTP, DHS. This is where they intersect. And the suggestion is by the county attorney's office, this offender poses a different kind of threat.
So it goes from one to the other.
Right, but listen to this statistic. Almost everybody, it's like 99% of the people that the county attorney puts that label on get committed in Minnesota. This is why it's the largest program in the world. So you have to understand, because it's so big, they serve 700 clients there, 784 to be exact. And the 784 clients that they serve there, Thomas, in his last evaluation, his therapist said, what?
His therapist said that he was.
Speak up.
His therapist was saying that he was not. They say he's not complying, but he is complying. He is participating, but they want to keep him at low marks. They keep changing the clinicians and starting over with him.
Let me tell you what the report said. The report said, we've done all we can do with him, and this guy has done everything we've asked of him. The therapist was trying to create a wrinkle in time for us to get through.
The psychiatrist, yes. Yes.
Okay. But here's what we've never known before. Hey, man. Here, that every 6 months, every client, that's 784 people, every client can petition for a reduction of custody. A reduction of custody motion can be made every 6 months. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Her son's been there 11 years. She did not know that.
22 opportunities.
Now watch this. With that therapist's recommendation, he has a good petition for change of custody. Now watch this. The change of custody could be three things. It could be denied. He could be sent to St. Peter, or he could be sent directly to the street to deal, to be,
Your master's way.
to be in a program here, right? All right. Those are the three options that are gonna happen. There's a three-man panel that hear these cases. I asked Nancy Johnston, is that hearing closed to the public? She said, no, it's open. This is what's important, because if we could get that boy back in front of the three-man panel, then load it up with love and support,
For sure.
then we can press in on a change of custody. So what we're trying to say there is, you know, release is out there, but we want a change of what currently exists. And the change is one of those, is two of those three things. Either St. Peter or release to the community. Now here's the struggle, the bureaucratic struggle is that St. Peter is so full, they could grant, they don't have an available bed for the foreseeable future. So they could grant the change, the three judges could grant the change, and then he would still sit where he's at, waiting for, hey bro, hey, come on, sit down. Waiting for a bed to open up, which could be years because each one of those 784 people continue to submit those who understand it. Now most of them guys don't even know what I'm telling you.
Right.
But for those people who know it, and they have one thing that she hasn't had is quality legal representation. I must say quality.
Quality. So let me get this straight. So you get the Moose Lake is the
SOTP.
SOTP. Would that be like the max then, and then St. Peter is a level down,
Yeah.
and then the street?
Right.
Okay.
Good questions, Doug.
Okay.
And so the important part of that is, so for quality legal help, which is what she needs, we either need money, say money.
Money.
Or we need to know somebody. That's a relationship. Relationships are worth money. This is why whenever you're doing whatever you're doing, you got to bring your right mind. Because every time you present yourself to anyone, you are building a potential relationship that down the line could be available to you to get where you're trying to go. There's open seats in here, a lot of open seats. Lot of open seats. So I don't want to lose my place here.
That's powerful.
Am I making some sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so see, look, Cheryl, she got a church home. We got to meet with her pastor. He's a good brother.
Mm-hmm.
And we could meet with her pastor and figure out, and they have a mega church. Right?
Yeah.
So we got to see if we can get the pastor on board here to push for a change of custody here.
Mm-hmm.
Utilizing the psychologist's recommendation that he's ready.
That's right.
That we petition for that change of custody, right? And then the lawyer is on this thing. Now, she explained to me, and I appreciated this. She said, under the Templewenty administration, that's the former governor here, there was Dayton, there's Waltz now, Dayton before that, and Templewenty before that. He was a 3-term governor. In those 12 years, nobody, say nobody.
Nobody.
Got out of SOTP, say nobody.
Nobody.
No lifers were released from prison either, say nobody.
Nobody.
So nobody got out under that administration. And that was before the Drew Shadeen case. You gotta turn that on. All right. That was before the Drew Shadeen case that made national and international news. And when that case happened, it shut down, literally, any movement, period. Since Dayton came on, which was 8 years, the last 8 years, starting in starting in 2013, between 2013 and now, 30 clients have been released from SOTP. 30 clients. 22 of those clients remain on the street right now. What's important about that number is that it says that it's possible. It's not impossible. What you're praying for is not impossible.
Amen.
But what we need to do is figure out whether we can support her in getting a change of custody motion, filing for a change of custody motion with an attorney and the support of a mega church that's willing to put $10. If everybody in your church, I'm just saying, gave $10, that would give, that would be, 40,000. You get it, and we can mess around here and get somebody to help. That's one thing. Or in this room, somebody got a relationship. Say a relationship.
A relationship. We just had a lawyer here 2 weeks ago.
Yolanda.
Pablo.
Pablo.
Somebody got a relationship, and that relationship, and just so you know, it's not any lawyer, but this is a particular kind of guy or lady who knows this law.
That's right.
And so that's what we're looking for. But to break through this is a challenge. It's quagmire. And another thing, if we we have positive intentionality, we can create energy that says to DHS, you know what, we need to let this one
That's
go.
right. We're here.
We need to let this guy, we gotta let him go.
That's right.
Yeah. So just, I just feel it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just right here. Just we gotta let it ring. Hey, I don't care what, I can't stop everything, but on this,
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Right here.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
you gotta let them go.
Yeah.
And we can create that kind of synergy. You gotta be thoughtful about it. You get it? You gotta be thoughtful about it. But I want to explain to you, this was a byproduct of the meeting that we took place because Miss Cheryl here has been coming here so faithfully. Her attendance is better than yours.
That's right. Amen.
And she's putting something on my heart.
Yes.
I can't be sleeping all peaceful, and then here goes Thomas, he's locked up. And this is Cheryl is trying to get him out. My God. So this is what I'm suggesting is that I wanted to share this with you, and now we're going to go back to the meeting regularly. But I wanted to share this with you because I feel like this is a mother's love. I don't care what that boy did. He could have been wrong in them 9 left feet. Which one of us in here has not been wrong?
That's right.
Who in this room is not a criminal? Not one.
That's right.
So
There's not one person in this room that's judging.
So nobody in here is qualified to judge. And think of them thoughts that go through your mind. Dear God, and we're so grateful for stability. Say stability.
Stability.
That caused them thoughts to come, but then go. Say come and go.
Come and go.
Yeah. When instability exists, those thoughts come and stay and take up residence.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, you feel me? So I'm gonna, you gotta go, right? Oh, wait, before you go, can you give the report from today's quick?
Yeah, of course. Staples, I think Staples.
We got a little mentoring group, that we're doing with some younger guys who have been on the wrong track, and some of our guys in here are mentoring them. And so this is a little report from Richard. Go ahead.
It was, today was good. We have about a dozen young men that are involved in this North Florida program through Merge. We get to spend an hour and a half with them once a week. So every Tuesday before we come here, we go kick it with them. It's structured yet informal. That's really what we wanted to be. We want to have a direction we're taking them, but we want them to lead the charge, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know, we're just guiding this discussion. So it's really powerful. Tier took lead today, did a really good job. We did some powerful role plays where the guys really absorbed a lot. And what was powerful, I think, about the role plays today is the guys saw stuff in the role play that I think as facilitators or mentors, we didn't even pick up on.
Wow.
So they're very engaged.
What was the role play?
They had 2 role plays. They're allowed to make them up, but they both surrounded the car. One surrounded a kid getting in the car and making a decision to get out because the cats were smoking and all that, and he had dropped. And he was like, man, if I get in this car with y'all, eventually I'm going to hit it. So we got out. He made the right decision. The other role play was a group of kids where my man was getting off work, if I'm not mistaken, and he just wanted to ride home. And he didn't ask the cats if they had, they call them pipes now, I guess, and he asked them if they had any pipes in the car, any itchies, guns, whatever. So they saw someone they had beef with, and they opened up on him with him in the car, then they all got arrested.
Right.
So one role play is about a good decision, another one was about a bad decision.
Yeah, it's about boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. The theme today was about boundaries, and that's what we talked about all day.
Those are good role plays, man.
Was it?
Yes.
Those are good role
You got
plays.
something to add to that?
Yeah, it was, like you said, the theme was about boundaries. In the last week's program, I felt like that was just, I felt like I heard a silent cry about boundaries. And all of those young brothers are in the transition stage. And I got to thinking like how important boundaries are when you're in that delicate transition stage where you're transitioning, you're changing, and then, you know, your friends get to looking, you know what I'm saying? Like your friends get to looking at you funny, and you know, you're not comfortable, you know, you outgrew the circle that you used to be around, but in order to be successful, in order to maintain that success, you gotta have some type of boundary.
That's good. That's good. Ananias, what you got?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what he was saying, they picked up what Rich was saying. They picked up things in that role play that we didn't, you know, and that was the most interesting part about it. And that's good because it lets me know that they are open to everything we look at.
Wow. And watch this. This is an undergirding piece. I love what y'all are saying. See, what I'm trying to bring, son, you got to try to bring stability. Say stability.
Stability.
You know what? I tell you what, stability is such a powerful thing. They came to the program from instability. The role play and everything else that we're going to end up doing with them is to combat the instability they came to the program with. Now, this is what we're all doing in this room right now, is trying to maintain our own stability. To be able to manage ourselves in the construct and concept and vicissitudes of the operational world. Here the world is like this. Yeah. But then you got to be able to say, you know, oh, I see all that, but this is my piece right here. That's the stability, the freedom to make a choice of your own free will. Ooh, yes. You got it. Love you, man. All right, good job. Get him a hand. So we're gonna break back now to the group as usual, and we're gonna go to the acts of faith. Everybody should have it.
I do have a word from one of the pop guys that I just seen.
Okay.
Dexter Harper,
That
is in R.S. Eden, is formally moving, hopefully over to alternative homes, and he says hi, and he misses everyone here.
Oh man, give Dexter a big hand.
Good move, yeah.
Dexter is somebody who was a caretaker for his woman, who Miss Pam, who lost her fight to cancer, and Dexter then he fell off and drank, and so but he put himself in treatment, and this information means he's completing treatment and he's on his way back, and he's a real good brother. Anybody that can remember him, he's a real good brother.
I remember him. He helped a lot of guys.
He helped a lot.
He plugged a lot of guys in.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who got the acts of faith to read real loud?
Real quick question.
Yeah.
I got the text this last week about, what's up with the assistant deputy,
I don't know what's up with that.
Okay,
She
okay.
quit. She quit her job, and that's
I just
all.
wondered if you had an update.
No
Okay,
more
sorry.
information. That's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead, son.
Two men in a burning house must not stop to argue. It's not your duty to be responsible to change the minds of other people. The nature of their thinking is advanced or limited by their experience. In your presence, they have an opportunity to learn about you and perhaps to grow. Allow them to experience you as well-groomed, grounded, compassionate being who is capable of listening, learning, and sharing and growing. That is your responsibility to yourself, your life, and the other person. You can be an example of the peaceful, vibrant, vulnerable contributor your ancestors were. Like them, you can contribute to the enlightenment of the world when you spend less time worrying about what others think and more time creating positive change. Thank you.
Give him a hand for that. We're going to go around the room and just get some reactions to that. But we got some brothers that haven't been with us for a while, so we're going to call on them first. Come on, brother, and introduce yourself and then holler at us. Go ahead.
My name's Sherrod. I think that we have to.
I have to.
Yeah, I have to. Learn people a little bit more, and because your experience is my experience is my general makeup of who I am.
Right.
And everything that I go through is a life lesson learned, whether good or bad. Gotta be responsible. I gotta be responsible to myself.
Yeah.
For my life.
Yeah.
So that I can be responsible for other people.
Right.
And it's a powerful piece right here.
Yeah. Give Sherrod a little hand. Come on, son.
My name is Robert Thomas, and what I got from this piece is basically saying, you know, to my knowledge, that if I stop, you know, worrying about negative situation or things that's going on that really don't concern me, maybe I can contribute to more positive situation and help others that's trying to help themselves or that need help in this world. So it's best to pay attention to those that need help and contributing to, you know, where it's needed, and it can be good for the both of me and that person, amongst others. So
that's great. Well, Robert, give us an update on you, man, because we haven't seen you in about 2 months.
Yeah, in the past 2 months, I done went from being grumpy, angry, hateful, wanting to whoop my PO, to practically got love for my PO.
What?
I had to check. I really had to check because I had to sit back and just acknowledge how many hundreds of thousands of inmates done played OBPO, done lied to them, done told them, you know, I'm here, I'm there, done played many games with these folks. And I guess he look at every inmate that come out, that's how he watch it. And I told him about one of the first out of a million out of 30 years you've been with ISR or whatever, that's trying to change on his own. I'm not trying to change for you, ISR, the state of Minnesota, nobody. I said my mama's sick and tired, I'm sick and tired, all my aunties, them tired of complaining. When you gonna learn to stop going to prison? When you gonna change your life? And I said, those 16 months I just did, I sat there and talked to God and evaluated myself and just said, I gotta find something else to do because I'm gonna keep coming back or I might lose my life. So I said, I'm really doing this because I want some out of life and I don't wanna die just being a statistic or somebody that just roamed the streets and got high and sold dope, now he dead. I want people to remember me for something different. And my mom been begging me ever since I was a teenager, leave the streets alone. I was hard-headed, wanted to do what I want to do because I thought I was wrong. I was, but I was running with the devil. And I just told him I'm fed up. And I told him, man, have faith in me and believe in me. I said, because I'm not trying to be nowhere unless I, you know, where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
I said, I'm not sneaky trying to take no drink because instead of coming with the breathalyzer.
Yeah.
He called me on my work. He pull up on me at bus stops. I'm going to church. He give me a ride to church. I'm like, man, everywhere you done pull up on me, I'm where I'm supposed to be. I told him, I'm not trying to fake the funk with you and pull no. I said, I want to live a normal life like you, man.
Yeah.
I said, even though you're a parole officer, I want to live like you. Yeah. I don't want to be looking over my shoulder like, damn, what the folks at? Yeah. Or wondering if anybody look for me or having the enemies and all that. I said, I just want a normal life from here on out. Wow. So, you know, after that, he came to my job with a smile on his face and just talked to me about certain things. And then he helped me with some of my work because I'm putting together furniture. I went from breaking down trash, real trash, because it's a recycling place. They done promoted me over there to a building where it's much cleaner, but we putting together furniture for Target. Stools, couches, benches, bunk beds, everything. Plus I was graduated from a halfway house out there in Golden Valley. It was taking me 2.5 hours to get from the Masterway to access a building. Now I'm right here on 29th and Emerson, Freedom Works. Right there. And, it is so decent. They got a weight gym, dining hall, TV room.
Give him a hand, man. Look what he described. Right. What did he describe? Stability. Thank you. Say it louder than that. I'm telling you, man, the miracle can't come
unless you have stability.
Now watch this. The miracle's already there, but it'll sit there and wait for you till you get yourself stable. Come on now. Then when you stable enough to receive the blessing, then the miracle will show up. It was there the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Right? Because what was yours is always for you. It's just whether or not you are able to handle it. Brother, I just want to give you some love, boy. I'm so glad to hear you talk like that. You talking like a man.
Plus I'm going to get baptized in about another weekend. I'm trying to get close to God and just live the life that my mom and my grandparents and my aunties and everybody want me to live. So then it feel good to knowing that I kind of got a small glow. I'm talking about I got a little bit more joy in my heart. I used to be hateful as hell for 36 years. I mean, okay, my bad. Yeah, I had a lot of hate in my heart because of what I grew up with for child abuse, the people in the streets, you know, for the fights and wanting to get revenge. But now, that don't even come across my thoughts. I'm saying to myself, slowly but surely, 2020 gonna even be looking 10 times right because I'm gonna make sure I stay on the right track, no matter what obstacle get in my way.
It reminds me of a song. Float on. See that? Yeah. Take my hand. Come with me, Robert. Wait a minute, look, he said he got a little glow on it because he just got to floating. Float on. Give him some love,
And he at church every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
We all in the back.
You want to talk about a praise report, that's one right there.
Yeah.
That's one right there. Come on, son, you next, man. Come on, what you got?
I'm Eddie Gordon. I've been through a lot for the last 2.5 months. I'm at the halfway house, and a lot of buttons. They've been pressing a lot of buttons because of my record. I'm used to putting these up, and I like the topic you had mentioned. the boundaries and the, stability. Now, I didn't see the stability until I understood the boundary, because the boundary was hindering me, was hindering me because of the policy, the jobs, the housing, and my freedom, because I felt that I should have more liberty with coming out, but it seemed like one foot forward, two steps back. And then now, I got an extension for this month because I didn't have the housing.
Right.
But now, with the help of Pop, the man here, Tierra told me, he said, man, you overlooking it, look at everything. And then he said, you been accessibility? I'm like, yeah, that's the first place I went. He said, look into it and see what else they got. And they was talking about some type of housing, and it was right there in front of me. And I went, and they got me in. I'm in the house. I move in Monday.
Yeah.
I move in Monday. I mean, the boundary's still there, but it's subsiding because my agent, he was on my back, he was standing on my neck like a 500-pound silverback, and saying that if you don't get no housing, I can see you back. And then he had mentioned about, well, do this. Because I tried 13 different places and got shut down. And some places he didn't want me to go because it's a black organization. The Turning Point, the Michael House, and, certain places. And
he didn't want you to go to those.
He didn't want me to go to those places. So
that's Chad.
That's Chad. So what I did, I said, well, I'm going to get around it. And then I said, well, what if I lie to get housing for Rule 25? He said, no, don't lie. So he said, well, don't do the Rule 25. I do the Rule 25, and it came back clean. They said, Mr. Boyd, you don't need no treatment. You've been clean for 3 years. You don't need no treatment. And then, but he got mad. He got mad because we came back, no treatment. All right, get a second opinion. Go to RCCS. So I go to RCCS. RCCS said the same thing. So he's really pissed now. Shut down again. So I said, you know what? I go to accessibility. And volunteer to do the outpatient treatment because I'm still learning. I'm still learning about a lot of things that I need to do, like boundary, cognitive thinking, stuff like that. So they admitted me. I'm in the program, and like I said, I started Monday with the housing. I started treatment this week.
We in the same treatment program. We're in class together.
Oh, right. Y'all support each other.
Most likely you're gonna be in the same freedom work, right? Yeah, you're gonna be over there on the embassy too. It's very decent over there.
Yeah.
Faith-based and everything.
Right.
Attorney had contacted me and a reporter about that. And so we sent an interview up. They want to talk to me. I didn't sugarcoat it. I let Blake know. I said, I will report you. I will explain to him exactly what you did. You hindered me, you disrespected me, you harassed me, and you threatened me. And he was using personal discretion.
Absolutely.
So I let him know. He turned red in the face. And ever since then, like my man, he got the back pedal, Mr. Gordon, now, whatever you need, I got you. It's not what you think and all that. So I just let it go.
See? There it is. No, you're so wise. See, look, the PO, the ISR agent is the one who's unstable.
Right.
And if you don't act like he wants you to act right. See, then he's gonna direct him away from, certain places, whatever. Go ahead.
Black on.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And that's another reason why those boundaries, you gotta have those boundaries up, because some people will weaponize their instability and then use it towards you.
That's what I had a problem with. And then I said, well, I remember my mom used to tell me, she said, if you believe in something, stand on that. Just fight it.
But I like what Robert said, and you know, Ed, because see, it's a different kind of fight now.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different kind of fight. And as you're maturing, your body's now grown, you've grown, you know, chronologically, you have, you know, chronologically is measured time. Kairos is supernatural time. The time of years before the earth began. And what you want is just a little piece of that sprinkled on your chronological time. It mellows you out. Aging. It's a beautiful term. You did it. And you got an opportunity for it to be a beautiful thing. Take the opportunity now. And don't let instability cause you to be unstable.
Right.
And don't be afraid, though, to report foolishness when you get the opportunity. Don't be afraid to look them right in the face and say, no, you wasn't right, man. He's just backing you down. You get it? But sometimes you just got to stand your ground, not confrontationally, but just saying, this is where I draw the line, man, and you can't back up from there. That's a point of negotiation. Okay. And that's what you created from that. Hey, that dude ain't gonna go for this one. Now he'll bring it to, oh boy, because he's scared. But now you done got to the place now you're not scared. You'd be more afraid of making poor decisions like you used to do than anything that he got to say out of his mouth. I want you to just wait, Chris. I want you to wait a minute. Because now you're motivated to talk. But when you had your chance to talk, you were silent. But now in this room, you're motivated to talk. See? Because there's liberty here. But when you had your chance, we created a space for you to talk and tell the truth, then you were silent. That's unacceptable, man. So now I'm gonna make you wait. So you understand, when we fighting, y'all know I wrote this boy's agent a blistering letter.
Okay.
Yes.
Blistering.
And he went back and said, man, to Chris, was I inappropriate? Chris said, man, I don't remember. Don't be mad at him. Give Chris a hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Now, Chris remembered he wanted me to get that boy up off his butt. He remembered that. But then when the boy came back, Chris forgot. And I'm going to tell you something. I feel some kind of way about that, Chris, because we have to stick my neck out and the organization's neck out for you. You know why? Because you are valuable, lovable. I can't hear nobody. And important. Yeah. So you can't be afraid when your time to speak comes. That's what we was created. Right.
Don't miss your shot.
Say, I'm not going to miss my shot.
I'm not going to miss my shot.
Wait a minute. Say it again. I'm not going to miss my shot.
I'm not going to miss my shot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yesterday when my PO came to my job and helped my project, I just told him that I wanted to attend my Power People class. I said I hadn't been with 2 since I got out. And I let him know church and Mr. Price classes helped me stay focused and help motivate me to do right. And I said, I've been doing it on my own. I said, but I got
don't get up and run.
I got quite a few adders and multipliers in my life now from New Salem Church. This man right here, Tier's the only pop guy that calls me 2, 3, 4 times a week, every week to make sure I'm alright.
Give him a hand, give him a hand.
Like I told my mom and my PO, I thank God that he put Tier in my life and in my circle as a positive figure. Cause this man called me and checked on me like he's my big brother.
Okay, come on now.
Which he is.
Yeah.
And even though if I'm older than him, to me, I look at him as a big
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
So he told me,
Yeah.
put it in your planner every week to go to Mr. Price's class from now.
Yeah, come on. Chris, what you got?
So, I had a conversation this morning with him about him being contradictory, saying one thing and doing another. I also told him that why I don't say nothing about certain things is A, I'm nervous of what you're gonna do. Because, and I'll give you an example. I asked a question, or I called the supervisor to ask a question. It took away my passes for 2 weeks.
Oh, I do that.
So I don't, now I don't even call this, go over his head and ask the supervisor for whatever. I ask a billion freaking questions because I don't like him going back on this word. Because it messes with my freedom. He doesn't like that. I just got a phone call not even, I'd say about a week ago. Why you ask so many questions? Because I don't like you saying one thing and turn around and do another, because I like triple, quadruple, etc. checking of what you're originally saying yes to or whatever you're saying. So he is very hit and miss. Unstable. Like Chad Blake is. They both showed up at my job last night because I'm having technical difficulties with my phone and they know about it. And both of them called me off the line just for a check.
Wow.
But one of the good things about that is he lets me practically do what I can do. He did let me go get my new car out of the shop today.
Right.
He's letting me go get a new phone tomorrow. So even though that I highly dislike the dude and stuff, and the thing and the F's are things that he does, I feel if I say something of what he's really doing, I'm going right back to the joint. No questions asked.
So let me ask you a question. Now that's a good point. Nobody's denying that. So now you're going back. You've been violated 6 times since I've been with you. How do you want to feel if you did go back? Like you stood up for yourself, or like you laid down and let him do what he was going to do anyway? Because I'm just going to say to you, when you got that hanky on you, and you say, I should have did this, but you didn't do it. Y'all, everybody in here knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. You should have called somebody, you didn't call. You missed such and such, you didn't do it. Right? You know that feeling you get. Well, this is about your life. And we don't want you to have the feeling that you didn't defend yourself correctly. And so I can't, your heart is your heart. But we've been fighting with you, Chris. And then when we go out there like that, you got to come on back with it, man. Say, yeah, you were inappropriate. You came over my friend's house. You harassed him. You made me take a lie detector test because his friend had a computer and a cell phone. Now, what house in America in this day does not have a computer and a cell phone?
Right.
You can't go in one.
Right.
They're gonna be 5 or 6 of them don't work.
Okay. Got 2 in my house.
So I mean, you know, and he restructured them and took away his off ISR date, which is supposed to be September. Now it's what?
I don't even know.
Why you don't know?
He didn't tell me. Wow. I just know it's 6 months from whatever.
March.
You got to get a date for yourself. You got to get a date for yourself. Give Chris a hand. That's hard feedback. Give him a hand louder than that. That's hard feedback. And don't think just because, you know, that I don't love you, man, because I do. And I'm not afraid to fight for you either.
Well.
We got a guest over here, Demetrius? Dominique. Okay, well, you know, just introduce yourself and tell us a few things about yourself real quick. Did you get some chicken?
Yeah, I ate that chicken. But yeah, my name Dominique. I had got diagnosed with a leg ulcer, like ate my skin, so basically like my whole leg like raw. But I had got a skin graft, but it didn't take because they didn't do a proper assessment, whatever they had to do. But now it's healing on my own, but it just stuck to the point that I can't bend it now. They don't have to do something. Tissue around my bones. I can't do nothing, so yeah, and I'm from Mississippi, so
Mississippi.
You got some more country boys around here.
Mississippi.
Give Mississippi a hand.
Get some of that dirt.
Yeah. You ever been to Gulfport?
I got family down there.
Got some good crawfish.
Yes, sir. All that.
Yeah. I know a little something about it. I crossed that bridge out of New Orleans.
Oh, that long bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get down through there. You gotta hurry up and go down through there. Don't drive slow. Too much water.
Yeah.
Too much water. Too much water on that bridge.
So Jerry brought them. So Jerry, why don't you kind of explain a little bit about, you know, what?
So, Dominique is my niece's boyfriend. And he had called me earlier today because he needed something from the store. And after I got done with work, I went over and dropped it off. What I bought from the store from, and for some reason God put me in this path because they weren't getting along. And I just asked him to come with me to avoid any problems or any trouble that might have came if he would have stayed there. Because I remember when I used to get in arguments with my neighbors' moms, and it always turned out ugly. I always disrespected them and became very domestically abusive. And if I can help that from happening with the two sets of people, you know, I'm doing something right. It's just like it says here. In your presence, they have an opportunity to learn about you and perhaps to grow. Allow them to experience you as well-grounded, compassionate being who was capable of listening, learning, and sharing and growing. And that's what I want for my niece and Dominique.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Did you hear that? Dominique, you got anything to add to that?
I just thank Mr. Jerry. I'm so proud of him. He got out of prison doing everything right, man. I ain't never seen nobody do that ever.
Wow.
But yeah, like he don't put me in a good position. Like I was finna go down a bad road, but he's like he talking to me like preaching. Like he ain't preaching, but he just like a father figure. My dad ain't never been there, you know. My mom been raising me, you know. But I had to learn how to be a man of my own. 27. I'm still acting like a kid sometimes, but I ain't there at that man stage yet, you know.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's all right, man.
Right. Give him some love.
Keep coming around, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Shane, you get your man the Holy Ghost. He back there, let them tears ride, young man. Let him go.
Right, man.
We all done done it before.
That's all right. It took me 47 years.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
come on, John.
Yes.
Come on.
47.
Somebody here say, I am.
I am.
Somebody.
Somebody.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. You got something? Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah, my name is Malik, Pop Guy. Pop Guy's on 3, 1, 2, 3, Pop Guys. Two men in a burning house must not stop to argue. I don't know. I mean, that's common sense right there. Common sense ain't common to everybody, but I ain't arguing with you if we in a burning house. Okay, that's on the Acts faith. Pop been talking about stability, and you know, I went through my issue, but if it wasn't for Pop and it wasn't for the stability, I wouldn't be able to accept the other blessings and benefits that were still, like he was telling my man that was sitting there, your blessing is still there if you're stable to get it. So, and you know, you guys know I had to write down what I'm gonna say. I'll be all over the planet if I don't. Elam Church, I do the internship there with them. So because I was stable, because I was still able to go to Palm Springs, that was a blessing. Get connected with other people that help develop a space for homeless people to grow. Ministries. Continue education. You know, so I'm still working on my entrance to the MBA program. So I'm still working. That dream isn't dashed because I'm stable. And there's an opportunity at my job. They changed my job, so I'm still a roofer. Still a roofer, Pop? Am I still a roofer? All right, that's another story. But so they created this inventory support specialist position. Some people call it a runner, some people call it the warehouse foreman, but the vice president said it may, depending on if you make it your baby, it may develop into a warehouse manager position. Wow. And that's a lot, you know, down the line. So, I mean,
give a hand for that right there.
I have these things, they go on, there's ups and downs, you know, and I'm not going to lie about what happened. The struggle is real, but I mean, I'm moving beyond those things because of the stability. Those bumps are bumps, and they're not a disaster. They're not a broken bridge. So hey, thank you guys, man.
Give them some love. Man.
Give them some love. Five guys.
Okay. You got to go? No, you go next.
My name is Anthony. I'm just checking in with everybody. Things not good with my mom. So that's just how it is. She Queens kept coming to the hospital, you know, and haven't gotten better. So
She's in the hospital now?
No, she's back home, but it's still getting worse. It's just time. But also, I was dealing with an issue too. Four masked men came to my apartment building, tried to get in my apartment. A couple of days ago.
Oh, what?
Man. So.
Then they know they picked the wrong one.
Hold up, man.
I was scared. It, you know, but I was, just trying to think of, how can I deal with this situation without aggravating? Wow. Because if it's my way, the old way, I will let you in and just let you have it coming through the door. But I don't deal with that stuff anymore. So, you know, I had to think quick, you know, I had time to lock myself in the bathroom. They end up running off. But I'm thinking it's had me a lot of thoughts coming to me. I know this particular family member that sell dope that's across the hall from me. You might be at the wrong door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have none.
Yeah.
You want to take my life, you know, okay. But yeah, it just had me feeling some type of way. I've been, you know, up and just haven't been really sleeping. But it's a two-part thing with my mom too. So I'm spending every day I'm with my mom, so I drive her around, you know. She wants to be drove around, take me driving. So that's what I gotta go do right now. But that piece is, man, the distance from days ago. So I've been up actually extra hours and just been like, you know, in the living room, just, you know, family members been telling me, man, you want me to come over. You need this, you need that, you need that. But, you know.
Yeah, so we gave you a weapon.
Yeah. So, you know, that's been. And it was hard. At the beginning, it was like, man, you know, coming through the, you know, just a light knock, you know, then, you know, bam, then trying to keep the door down. It was a whole different feeling for me. You know, well, the light knock, I'm checking the peephole.
Right.
You know, oh, good. So then, bam, then it's trying to keep the door down. Then I'm like, oh man, get in the bathroom, lock the door.
Right.
You know, and calling. But they stayed about 3-4 minutes.
Were they young kids or?
Well, I couldn't see their face.
Yeah, I mean,
They
body
had,
wise,
they had,
could you?
they had two of them had a little puff on.
That's in Hopkins, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of quiet out there.
It is.
What was that night though?
Yeah. You know, so it's like it's like actually I had just got done delivering papers, so it's just like 3 o'clock. So one is it's time when we be definitely dead asleep. You know when I come
Probably
in.
had the wrong door.
Yeah, that was
Say your neighbor get money from the house. You
Mhm.
had the wrong door.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for one quick second, because it may be that the self-defense mechanism is to do something with the neighbor across the hall.
Yeah, I had to talk with her. You see, the lady got 4 sons. Everything they drive is shiny.
Right.
It's the top of the line. You know, it ain't nothing sort of this whole
First class.
Yeah. So, you know, I talked to one of them. I said, look, you know, because I talked to all of them. These Spanish boys too. And, you know, this was the deal. I don't know if it's for you, because
You ain't got that. Yeah.
So you kind of got
Understand.
you know, my situation. I explained a little bit about it, you know, as far as coming out of the institution. And, you know, yeah, they didn't know that. So it was a whole different thing. I said, yeah, man, it's, you know, that's what's the deal, man, you know. We talk in our apartment building to each other, and everything else, so we communicate. So, you know, I'm like, man, look, that's the deal. You got to do something different. So I'm going to take it to another house.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's coming to my house.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
Brother, let's pause for a minute on that, man. Let's just pause on a minute on that one. You know, what he just explained can happen to any one of us. Yeah, hey, man, what's going on?
I'm not gonna stay, I just wanted to stop in and say hi to everybody.
That's Mr. Willie right there. Give him some love. Give him some love. You can grab that chair. We just was talking about, Baba was saying he had some masked men at the front door on, was it Saturday night?
Yeah.
Sunday night? So this is some serious stuff, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, So, you know, the world we are in is just, I'm telling you, man, this is a different world. Even than it was 8 years ago. It's changed. It's just a little more hostile. And you know, but we don't have to become what the world is presenting. Right? But we do have to stabilize ourselves. We can still catch our miracle. It's not the first time that we've been destabilized. But we can still catch our miracle. I tell you, man, I feel some kind of way about this.
Me too.
You know, because when you're getting up working all the hours you work, and you know, trying to live your life right, it don't seem right. The other part of that message is, remember when we used to whatchamajigger? Yeah. And then we didn't see the whole picture? Yeah. And then now it's represented to you in another way where you're saying, wait a minute.
You're looking in now.
The script is flipped, and you feel that feeling, right? And that's an educational tool for you to say, yeah, okay. This can touch anybody. And I'm so glad that I'm on the right page. I got my mind made up. And I'm not turning back. Say, I'm not turning back. I'm not turning back. And I'm not going to miss my shot. I'm not going to miss my shot. Yeah, man. You've been on it, man. You know, let me tell you some good news what he didn't mention. Just because last week, here comes Anthony in a beautiful white, looked like it was brand new, it looked like a new car to me. Drove up out there, and he just was popping in it. Just seemed like it had that pop, you know. And I said, wow, look at my son, he done jumped up, he's brand new. Then pushing buttons in there and all kind of stuff in there, you know. I'm like, wow. You know, that just goes to show you, though, what a hard-working man can accomplish when he got his mind made up. Say, my mind is made up. My mind is made up. Not just a man, but a woman, too. A woman with a made-up mind, boy, that's changes the world. I don't hear nobody. Quiet for a second. Y'all were trying to figure out if you're on the good side or bad side. I understand. But listen, we our young guests back here, Manny and Isaiah. You know, these guys are from representing the Klobuchar campaign, Klobuchar for president. They've come in and did a little presentation. I want you to just quickly touch it again, just quickly. Go ahead, Manny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks again for having me here. Yeah, so I'll get straight to the chase. We're offering jobs that start at $15 an hour. Get you hired within 3 or 4 days. You know, paid canvassing positions, so we send you out to high traffic areas. The goal is to collect low dollar donations. We're literally just asking people that they donate $1 to the Klobuchar campaign, so she'll be eligible for the 3rd round of Democratic debates. Project goes until the end of August, but people who work hard for us and, you know, you show that you can do the work, you can do it well. You have promotions, we have field lead positions available. Those start at $3,000 a month. And we're also working directly with the campaign. I noticed that a lot of the departments that are understaffed. So, you know, people who can work hard and show us that they can really go out there and do it, we recommend them to a more permanent position working directly with the campaign. It's a great way to get your foot in politics. I started as a canvasser, now I'm a deputy field director. I get to fly around the country and just do projects just like these. So this is a great opportunity to get your foot in the door. And you know, we can talk about the background, and you don't need any prior experience. There's no minimum level of education required. All you have to do is just call this number and you have a job.
Give him some love. You all right?
Yeah. If it's possible too, you know, people could come by this.
Yes. It's possible.
You need that part. That's
on Saturday, this Saturday, then we're going to plan to go by there. Huh? Yeah, okay. And we're going to go by there and sit with her and show her some love. But you know, just because of the nature of the situation here, you know, we may want to send him off with just some prayer coverage. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Just sit with me for 1 minute. Father, we just thank you right now for Anthony Fletcher. We just thank you, Lord, that he's a good man after your own heart. Father, you have called him from a long way on. You knew him before he ever knew himself. But on today, Father, the thing that you knew about Anthony and the thing that Anthony now knows about himself has been made manifest in the moment. The moment is called now. Now he sees what you saw from afar off. Now he is operating in your love and in your will. Now he has the heart of gold that surrounds his mother with love and affection, and allowing that one that came out of the bosom to then now to be the caretaker for the one who had it.
Yes, Lord.
We thank you for the son who now knows his name.
Yes, Lord.
And we thank you that in knowing his name, he gives back that knowing to the mother who gave him life.
Hallelujah.
Father, we pray for her right now. She's a sweet lady, Lord God. We pray for her spirit and her mind in these transitioning times. Father, you know we're not above in this place asking you for a miracle, Father. If it just be in your will, send a miracle. And send it right now in the name of Jesus. But Father, whatever your will is for her, let your will be done.
Yes.
We thank you now, Father, that we just send him out with a loving heart in spite of these challenges. Look what the devil is trying to do to bring him back unto his bosom. But Satan, you have no place here.
Hallelujah.
Devil, you got to get back. There's nothing here for you now. We proclaim his long life for this man and peace. In Jesus' name we pray. And all who agree said amen. 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 Give some love. Give some love. Love. Glory. Yes, sir.
What time we
Yes, Saturday. So look, we'll put it together for oh my goodness. Yeah, set it up. Yeah, and then I have Wayne send you out something so you know what's happening. And then give him some love. Give him some love. Woo.
Wow.
Huh? Tell me the meeting you went to that was like this.
Right.
Tell me the place. Say the name of the place. Yeah, I don't care what town you was in. You say the name of the place and I'm coming to that meeting.
Power of the people.
In the meantime, I'm going to be right here posted up.
Power of the people.
Say, I am. Somebody. You know what, man? We haven't heard from you tonight. We're so glad to have you for your last week. Was his first week. We had an ice cream and cake week. Herbert has been a great pop student, and he's just come home after many years away from us. But give us a quick update on how things is going, son.
Feels like another good ice cream and cake day.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good. It's been good.
Yeah.
Thanks for his good support. And speaking on his good proverb right here, in my opinion, he's speaking about I should not get into a difference, disagreement with someone about their thinking or their actions. What we should do, I should do,
yes, sir,
is present myself in a positive way, so that they can learn and grow and listen to better themselves in a better way, you know. So,
and you got a lot of guys over at the bridge where you at who need that kind of leadership.
We all need leadership.
Absolutely.
That's just a part of humanity. You know, each and every day is different challenge, just like we heard from so many different things here today, you know. So each and every day there's a different challenge. So, yeah, we all need some different type of proverb. Who knows what tomorrow will bring for each and every one of us.
That's good. That's good. Man, Herbert, we're glad to have you, man. Give us
I am happy to be a part of you.
You y'all know this is my sister right here. And my sister been gone a little while. And I'm gonna let her tell her little story. Sis, what you got to say?
First of all, I apologize for worrying everybody.
Apology accepted.
Yes.
God bless. Amen.
And the second thing is you was talking about stability. And I was in treatment for almost 3 months, and now I'm in a sober living home.
Come on now, you up.
All right. I didn't realize about stability until what was that, Sunday? I went over to Shane's house and kids were like, "Where you been? When you coming home?" And I sat out there. They had a limited stand, and I sat out there with them. Shane said, "I appreciate it," and I said, "No, this is where I want to be." You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize about the stability part that I had when my brother said for me to come home. I was in a stable environment and I couldn't hold on. But I'm back.
Amen.
Anybody got feedback from my sister?
We love we all been unstable. We all missed the mark. We missed our shot. But honey, you got your shot together, Queen.
That's right. Yeah. I miss you more though, man. I'm talking about. Me too. I done drove everybody crazy, like for real. You know, my issues came up too. You know, so
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
We all family here. We all family. We ain't nobody perfect. And that's why we're here, to embrace each other, to lay our burdens down and not carry that stuff. We can't carry that stuff. The Lord said, "Cast your burdens on me," because He cared for you, not you caring for yourself. We here. We got your back.
This is my first time meeting you. I'm so happy that you are here.
Thank you.
Yes, please keep coming. It's stability.
You know, I want to add, my name is Malik Papa God. I want to add, you know, that struggle is real. It's difficult. And when I have succumbed to those, it's just an overwhelming shame and guilt. It's one of those feelings where you want, so I relate to you right now. Well, I want to cry my eyes out like, my God, how, why? I mean, you know, but we're here. Today is a new day. Rejoice in the day that the Lord made. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. You know what I'm saying? So we have Christ. And just one thing too, this is kind of unusual, but I do want to connect with you. I'm going to give you my phone number so that we can, one more connection, that we can help each other. And just say, hey, this is real. We're going through it right now. All right? All right.
This is the building. This is the pop building. We are the pop people. I come here because I feel not welcome in the building, but I feel welcome by the people. So no matter what I'm going through, I'm going to always come here. Because I feel welcome by the people. And you are welcome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. On the good news tip, Thomas is working. You want to tell us quick what you're doing? That's your job.
What am I doing?
See that? Give him a hand. You got a job.
I'm chasing down them little scooters you guys see around the whole.
I just seen a guy out there.
No, 3 days a week I drop them off and chase down ones that are signaling that they're having problems.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they're all GPSed so we can find them, and I hunted, actually
Yeah.
Saturday,
Yeah.
they had me hunt down one that nobody could find, and I located over at the university.
Oh, you know he can find it. Wait one second, Doug, I'm gonna come to you. Well, wait a minute, some more good news, say good news.
Good news.
Geronimo had an experience on his job that I just want him to quickly share with you what it was. Go ahead.
So I ended up going down to Chicago, down to Lansing, and I met some farmers from Michigan. They brought me the blueberries and stuff, and everything turned out to be good. So they told me that since everything is turning out the way it is, that I'm going to be advancing with the company and growing with the company. Also, they told me that there's going to be more work for me in order to keep my job stable all year round.
So now this, he didn't give you the background, but you know, he's driving produce truck. Right, so they're delivering, you know, fresh produce to restaurants in different places. But they selected him to go down to Illinois and pick up produce like from farmers and, you know, this and that, and drive it back, and how to pick the berries so that you make sure you bring back fruit that's going to still be good when you get here.
Wow.
And so, you know, what I was telling them is just like the game he used to be in, except that you can't, you can't get high off them berries. Well, I think you can, you know. But this was so beautiful is that, you know, when you think it's all over and you think, you know, you done missed it, here his shot comes. Now wait a minute, let me just step back. What does he have that allowed that miracle to overtake him? What does he have?
Stability.
Say it louder than that.
Stability.
Say it louder than that.
Stability.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna tell you, if you buck up and fight against stability, you're fighting against your own self, and you don't even realize. You can allow, wait a minute, the emotion of a situation to cause you to miss the bigger picture. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss my shot. I'm not gonna miss my shot. Well, you know what? I tell you what. Speaking of shooting shots, it's getting a little bit late here, and we got 2 more people to go. With all this is the good news train we on. Duval has some real good news to report. So go ahead, Duval, report.
I went for my polygraph test today, you know, because like I said, I'm gonna be off of ISR next week.
I'm gonna give him some love.
And I'm like I said, you know, when you always when I always put myself down, you know, it's like things come back in a positive way every time. You know, not to cop out to this, not to, you know, lie about this. You're just keeping it real with yourself, you know. When the people have me on their thing, all the things tap to me, I'm like, what thing? Tell me. And you ask me the questions, you know, do you go to group? Do you know, do you love yourself? Do you know, who is your mother? I said, I love myself. And I know who my mama is. My name is Duval Walker, not Devo. So it just, I mean, the man just got me out of the seat real fast. So I was like, okay, cool.
Miss Louise, tell us what you got.
I need 2 things. I need y'all to really pray this week, because we need and we pray that the Lord's will be done. But we ask God for favor because we need Miss Melba Harris' life to be extended to Friday. Because on Thursday, her son is being released from jail.
Amen.
So we need to petition the throne room of grace and ask our God to have mercy to allow Miss Melba to see her son Vincent, who's been in the penitentiary for, I don't know, a number of years. That's very, very important.
Well, let's just do it right now, Father. We asking for favor here.
Yes,
The
Lord.
petition has been raised to you,
Yes.
and we're just asking you to hear us, Lord. We're pleading
Yes, Lord.
with you
Jesus.
that your will would be done in this matter. And allow her to have that joy that a mother needs to know that her children are all right.
Yes.
Thank you now, and cover Cheryl. Keep her heart clear and clean, and help her to help her heart to be clean and strong, Lord, in the face of the fight that she has.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Thank you to praise Him.
None of us in here know how to even draw breath without you.
Okay. Yes, Lord.
We thank you right now that you're working in our favor when we don't even know, think, or understand. Bless us now as we go in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Am I missing anybody?
I didn't finish my number 2.
Go ahead, number 2.
Okay, that was number 1. Number 2 is, if you have any young ladies, I'm doing a personal development class at Shiloh Temple next Saturday. Young ladies from 7 to 16. My classes are from 1 to 3 for 7 to 11, and from 12 to 16 from 2 to 4. Okay? I need your young ladies there, because then I'll have a presentation for them to do Sunday morning. So don't forget any young ladies from 7 to 16.
And it's just on Sunday now?
Next Saturday is my workshop. The presentation will be Sunday morning.
Does Wayne have all that information?
No, he doesn't. It just transpired.
Okay, then you gotta hurry up and get Wayne that information. It's gonna come out to you on an email, so you'll be reminded of it. If you got your girls and this and that, to finishing school, you gotta go. Come on and pledge out with us. We're gonna pledge out of here.
I got a 7-year-old daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bringing her.
Okay.
Oh, that would be great for her.
Need to have my sons up.
Give our 2 young guests that came tonight. Give them a nice come on, get in here, Chris Burke. All right. You all gathered up now? Son, take that hat off. Yeah. I will. Balance my family values. With my goals. I will. Exercise wisdom. What I choose to eat. Read. And do. I will. Strive to make all relationships. Win-win. Or no deal. Win-win. Or no deal. I will. Under every circumstance. Maintain a positive attitude. I will. Enjoy my life. With a sense of humor. While taking advantage of opportunity. And learning from my misfortune. I will. Act upon circumstances. Rather than have them act upon me. I will. On a daily basis. Be proactive with my goals. That means I've set some goals. I will. Always protect my wisdom. My health. My happiness. Now I want you to understand something. Just listen. Wisdom is not necessarily academics. Wisdom is something that you were absolutely positively born with. But because you have been unstable, you haven't been able to pay attention to the wisdom that is inside of you. But on tonight, we want to recognize that the closer you get to stability, the closer you are to your own natural wisdom. And you must protect your wisdom against the subtractors and dividers of this world. Because I am somebody. And I'm not going to miss my shot. I will. Stay principle centered. And maintain a positive circle of influence. I will. Daily learn. Commit. And do. I will. Act according to the POP Leadership Institute. Be protective in my community. And my private life. Let's clean up in here, hug somebody, and let's get on out of here.